Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all doing well. I went out last weekend and needed to do my makeup. We were going out for karaoke, so thought I'd do something that's me, but a more dramatic version of me, I guess. So I did this look, and it's something that I've never worn before, really, especially with the eyeliner. I've always been really scared with eyeliner, especially something really dark like this dark brown, but I did it and it ended up working okay. So I thought I would do a little tutorial on how I did my makeup for karaoke night. It's not anything super hard or anything unique, but I thought I'd share it with you guys anyway, so I hope you enjoy it. So I've started off by tying my hair back just so that I haven't got hair in my face, and instead of using a full-on foundation like I did the other night, I'm going to use a tinted moisturizer just because I don't feel like putting anything heavy on, but you can definitely go ahead and do so. I'm going to use my Garnier Miracle Skin Perfector, which is Garnier's version of a BB cream, and this is in the lighter shade. So I'm just going to use this, put a bit on the back of my hand, and then go for it. So now I've zoomed in a little bit, just not for any reason other than I haven't got my glasses on and I can't see things, but got a few spots that need a bit of concealing up around my eyebrows and sort of my cheeks. So I'm going to go in with my Revlon New Complexion Correct and Conceal. It's not going to focus, obviously. This is what they call a blemish stick. I don't know if this is available anymore. And it's one of those ones where you twist it at the bottom and it comes up the top. So I'm just going to use that. Just doing this to cover up a bit of redness on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose. Now if I'd have used proper foundation, I guess I would have gotten a lot better coverage, but I just decided to go with something light. On the night I actually used my Nude by Nature natural mineral cover as a foundation, and with the primer and the finishing veil to go with it. So that's what I used on the night, but today I'm just going with something completely different. So now it's time for our eyes, and I'm going to start off by putting a base on, and I'm going to use my U-Rock eyeshadow base. Make sure there's not too much product on. And I'm putting that right up to the brow bone as well. So for the majority of the eyes, I'm going to be using my new Estee Lauder Michael Kors palette. So for the eyes, I'm going to be using 4 out of the 6 eyeshadows. All 3 of these. So Ivory Slipper, this is called Wild Truffle, and then this one's Smoky Ember. Oops, sorry. This one's Smoky Ember. Then I'm also going to use this one here, which is Sepia Sand. So I'm going to start off with Sepia Sand, which is this colour here. I'm using one of my Nude by Nature brushes. I'm not sure if this is the eyeshadow brush or if this is the concealer brush, but I really like this one for just putting colour all over the lid. So getting that sepia sand, and putting this all over. So I'm putting this right up until where the crease goes, so where the brow bone starts. So basically just all over the lid. Then I'm going to flip the brush over and I'm going to use Smoky Ember, which is the brown shimmer up here. And I'm going to use that in the outer third of my eye. And with just a really fluffy blending brush, it's clean, it's got no product on it, I'm just going to just blend it out, just because I know without my glasses on I tend to make a bit of a mess. So just blending that, making sure everything's good. Next up, I'm taking this brush, which I use as my crease brush. I don't remember what it's technically called in the Nude by Nature kit, but I'm going to take the Wild Truffle, which is the middle colour here, and I'm going to use this in the crease. So just pack that on and tap the excess off. And then with that same fluffy brush, I'm just going to make sure everything's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a highlight in the inner corner of my eye, plus a little bit in the inner third of my eye. I'm going to use the Ivory Slipper, which is that one there. I'm using the exact same brush, just so it blends out really easily into the other colours. Now the next step is to add the eyeliner, and this is what's going to make the look basically. Just because you've got a really neutral eye, I would wear this just by itself to work, but because I was going out and it was night, I thought I would do something a bit different than I usually do. So I used this Essence Kohl pencil, and it's in number 8 Teddy. That's what it looks like. And basically you're just running that right next to your lashes. So after that, I forgot that I had had turned the camera off, but what I did was I used both my finger, as you can see it's a little bit messy, and also an angled eyeliner brush. I just used it to go in and just push the colour down into the lashes. And as you can probably see under my eye, it's gotten a bit messy, but that's okay, you can use it as an advantage. You can just go in. Now don't worry if it's a little bit messy, you can go in with concealer if you need to. And the next step after that is with the same eyeliner, you just go in with your eyeliner on your waterline. So now that you've got everything set with your eyes, it's time for mascara. I'm going to use my Rimmel Volume Flash Max mascara, and this is the waterproof version. This is what I used on the night because I knew it was going to be quite a humid night and I didn't want to be caught with powder eyes. So the next step you can do is go in with your concealer and fix up anything you need to. I need to conceal under my eyes because they're quite dark, and I'm going to use my Garnier Roll-On Anti-Dark Circles. Basically, I just go in and dot, and then around here as well. Even though this can look a bit yellow, I find that once I put my glasses on, it really doesn't matter. So then with the other eye, okay, so next step, totally up to you, but I've got a little bit of shine up here. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Press Setting Powder, and it's a translucent one, so all it's going to do is make it a bit more matte. I've got my Nude by Nature Kabuki brush. Just put a little bit on, tap off the excess. I've got about that much on, it's probably a bit too much, but I almost forgot. A brow highlight, you can skip that step if you don't want it accentuated or anything, but I'm just going to use the champagne colour from the eyeshadow duo that I got from my Cosmetic Advent Calendar as my brow highlight, and I'm going to use the same fluffy brush as I did before, and it's only going to be really subtle. Now it's time for bronzer, and I'm going to use the one that came in the Estee Lauder Michael Kors palette, and it's just here, and that's their Bronze Goddess bronzer. And I've got my other kabuki brush, which I got from Gloss Accessories, which I'm not particularly happy with the fibres just because they tend to fall out a lot, and as you can possibly see, it's really, really scruffy, and there's a few hairs that are probably going to fall out very soon, but I find this is a really good one for bronzer, so I'm not going to get too much just because otherwise I'll look really bad. But next up, time for blush, and I'm going to use this colour by Savvy by DB, which stands for Designer Brands, I think, and it's in the shade Rose. And I'm going to take my Nude by Nature blush brush. I'm not going to put too much of this on because a little goes a long way with this one. And I'm putting this one sort of back and bringing it forward. Then on the apples of my cheeks, I'm going to use this blush by NARS, and it's called Sex Appeal. It's really nice light peachy pink, using the same blush brush. And lastly, with the lips, I'm going really simple, and I'm going with the lipstick that I got in the Estee Lauder Michael Kors gift set, and it is their Pure Colour lipstick in the shade 03 Crystal Pink, and it is a cream lipstick. So that's what it looks like. And despite what it looks like in the tube, it goes on. It's very subtle. And that is the finished look. So quite a neutral eye with a semi-intense liner. I'll show you what it looks like with my glasses on, because I always wear my glasses. So I think it looks better on me. It looks better with my glasses on, just because, yeah. But yeah, I really like it. So hope you enjoyed that, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Take care. Bye bye.